Good morning, everyone. This is Jeffy Kennedy, author of epic fantasy romance. I'm here with my first cup of coffee. Ah, that tastes really good this morning. Today is, say it with me, people, it is Friday. Woohoo! December 20th. I'm sorry to say, glad to say, I don't know. I think we would say that we're happy that 2024 is coming to a close, except that 2025 looks to be getting crazier by the minute, right? At least here in the US. If it's not where you are, mad blessings to you. Amusingly enough, it is the season of year end roundups, right? And so the podcasts come, tell me, like how many viewers I have and from where, and my year end roundups, and I'm supposed to share them with people, and I don't because, well, you all know. You listen to me regularly, you know how I am about that kind of thing. Um, what word would we apply to it? I don't know. Lackadaisical, obstinate, um, just so not into it. But one thing that's really funny is that one of my most frequent listeners, top listeners out there, like, I don't know, I can't remember what it was, what numbers or country wise or anyway. Anyway, Singapore. Who are you out in Singapore who listens to like every single episode? The like you're matched only by Tucson, which is my mother, right? Who, bugs me if she can't find it on the day that she's supposed to. Singapore person, who are you? Hi. It's just kind of entertaining. You don't have to out yourself. But I was fascinated, just fascinated. Not fascinated enough to share their graphics on social media. It's hard to be Gen X people, I'm telling you. It's hard to maintain this level of both cynicism and, um, oh, I want the word for like not caring. Anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all of these things. I'm actually really enjoying this year. It's very fun for me to be in Santa Fe. My mother is coming here on Sunday, and so no podcasts next week. I am just about done with the revision of Sex, Lies, and Ley Lines. Um, it's been interesting going through this this ending, as I mentioned on Monday, not remembering writing it. Well, that's amazing what that trauma will do. Um, Actually, I just remembered to send a message to a friend. That's, part of it too is like this time of year, there's so much to do, but then there's also, and year end wrap up things like getting this book done. And then also like seeing people, just wanting to spend time with people, which is part of the season, right? But it's like, well, how do I slip in talking to you on the phone and to you and to you? Um, yeah. So, what was I saying? Something fascinating, no doubt. Finishing up this book. Oh yeah, the trauma. I wanted to talk to my friend. She was telling me a while back that she had had this huge upheaval in her life, a very emotionally traumatic event. And she's knows like the date. In fact, I know the date. It was that traumatic, like the date that this happened where she found out all about this thing. And she said she does not remember the month following that. She remembers it in general. There are things that she knows she went and did, but she has no actual memory of it. And she asked me if that had ever happened to me. And I said, no, I don't recall that. And I said, but I don't think I've had any traumatic events. To which she like paused lengthily on the phone and then said, what about your stepfather dying in your arms? And I was like, oh, yeah, that. Well, if you want to be persnickety about details. But I do want to tell her that I don't remember writing the end of this book, which I just find fascinating. That's It's not unprecedented. When I am in the creative flow, and I probably haven't talked about this in a while, so we could talk about this. Um, I am a pantser, which I have to say it like that because I hate that word, meaning flying by the seat of your pants. I'm an intuitive writer. I do not outline ahead of time. And I love being an intuitive writer. I don't want to change. I don't want to become a pre-plotter, because part of the beauty of writing this way is that the ideal is to get into this creative flow where you're not using the conscious mind, where you disengage the conscious mind, the internal editor, and you allow the story to flow through you. That's my ideal. I don't always get it, but as I've talked about many times with the whole bricklaying concept of laying down one brick after another to write a novel. And some days it goes great, and other days you're in the scorching sun and your back hurts, and you have an endless road behind and ahead of you, and um, you don't even know where the road is going, maybe. But when you go back and you look at what you wrote, you cannot tell the really good days from the really bad days. Um, but also, attendant to this, addendum to this, is that very often I won't remember writing things. And I think because it's not going through my conscious brain as much as possible. Um, yeah, I mean, I've seen many, many writers talk about this, that like going through and revising a book, like you get to this paragraph and you think, oh, I really need a sentence where it says, emphasizes this emotion or this point, and you write it, and then you go down two more sentences, and there is the sentence in there already, almost verbatim sometimes. It's scary sometimes how like identical it can be. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, well, story brain had that handled. So anyway, I've been enjoying revising this book. It's been fun. I'm excited for it to go on submission. I'm even going to write the synopsis without my agent telling me I have to. It's my Christmas gift to her. I know I'm generous. So I'm going to get that off my plate. Um, the Owl Crate project has been approved. It's been approved, and they have started sending me stuff. They sent me the design for the tip in pages. Okay, and so what this means is, this is industry term, tip in is they will send me boxes and boxes, maybe somewhere around 9,000 pages of these single sheets that's got this great design on it. It is perfection. It riffs on something that happens in the book, and I couldn't be happier. It's so great. And so I will sign my name on each of those pages, and then they take those pages and they tip them into the book. They bind them into the book. So I've seen those, and then I've also been getting. It's really cool. They use a system called Basecamp for us to track. Like Macmillan uses this for us to track all of the deliverables for like the Owl Crate project and stuff. So this gal has been sending me their cover design and the back cover design, and they are so great, so great. And I know this is probably going to be awful for you all to listen to because I like can't tell you anything about it. But then there's the printed hardcover illustrations. Um, so in this book, in Never the Roses, there is. I felt, oh, this is like even in the back cover copy, so it's not spoilery. But there is a library involved. There are books involved, and there is a kind of a clandestine correspondence, shall we say. It's a little bit of an epistolary book. And so what they're doing is they're like doing fragments of the letters, and then they've actually created the covers of some of the books that are mentioned in the book, my fictional books within my fictional novel, which is Department of Redundancy Department. But it's just so cool. It's so cool to see these. I'm just like going to say that phrase over and over, and you'll be tired of me. Did I mention it's so cool? They're going to have different designs on the top of the pages and the side and the bottom. All going to be different. There's going to be a reversible dust jacket. Everything in this is great. They're doing quotes from the characters. It's really super exciting. So Owl Crate is a go, July book. So there's going to be several editions already of this book. The UK edition of Never the Roses is going to release also on July 8th. I know that. And it's going to have a very similar cover to the US cover, which has been finalized, but we're going to reveal in January since nobody's around. None of y'all around. That's Do we have a tautology there? Is that what that is? Because clearly you are around if you hear my voice. Anyway, nobody else is around but us chickens. So, and that I approved the audiobook narrators. We're doing dual narration. And so, yeah, great voices for my male and female protagonists for this book. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. It's so exciting seeing this stuff. And this is one of the things when people complain about traditional publishing, or they say, what can traditional publishing do for me that I can't do self-publishing? It is so cool having other people coming up with artistic ideas that are riffing off of your artistic ideas, working with a team of people like this. It really is one of the best things ever. Have I mentioned it is so cool? All right. So let's see what else. I'm actually just going to take time off next week, which I hope you all are feeling like I am being virtuous by doing this. Like I said, my mom comes in on Sunday, and then we're going to be busy. We're having a little open house on Monday afternoon. I have to take my mom shopping, so we'll do shopping on both Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday's Christmas Eve. We'll do dinner in. Christmas Day, we're having friends over for a Christmas brunch. There's going to be 8 of us, so that'll be fantastic. And then on the day after Christmas, Boxing Day, that evening, I'll fly back with my mom and stay a day in Tucson and then come back home on Saturday. So I think it's all going to be, I'm looking forward to a really lovely, peaceful holiday. And I am just going to start the plan. I'm going to start Strange Familiar. Let me back up a little bit. I may work a little bit on these letters and bonus content over Christmas, over next week. We'll just sort of see it. But if I end up having time, I might do a little bit of that. And then I'm going to start writing Strange Familiar. I've got it slotted for the 30th, Monday the 30th. And theoretically, I can get it done for not the January release date. I am going to have to push it. We all knew that all along. We knew I'd have to push it. But I'm going to shoot for March 2nd release date. I could probably do it earlier than that, but that'll give me plenty of room. And then I have I would love it if the timing worked out a little bit better than this, but I'm not going to stress about it. I have a meeting with editor Allie on January 23rd to discuss revisions and edits on book 2, on A Rose in the Mirror. Or my friend Jennifer Estep suggested Always the Thorns for the title. So it's Never the Roses, Always the Thorns. I like that. Everybody likes that. However, I feel like it implies that book 2 will wrap up the overall arc more than it does. Unless Allie figures out a way for me to wrap up the arc more than it has been at this point. I don't know. I always end up telling long tales, right? It's just, find out what your process is and to own it. That's my storytelling style. Bum, bum, bum. I'm trying to think of what else I have to tell you, and I don't think I have much. It's being quiet. Like a lot of people started being out of the office mid this week for the holiday, and people aren't coming back until like well after the new year. I could tell you what. Let's see. I know you probably don't care, but I'm looking anyway. A lot of people are going to be back in the office on the 6th. So maybe I will work on. Oh, who are we kidding? I'm not going to take all that time off. It always sounds good, but then I never want to do it. Uh, yeah, I'd rather work on this book, and it'll be nice having next week off. Do some baking, that sort of thing. All right. On that note, I guess I don't have anything more to say, so I'm not going to sit here and not say it. I will be back on the 30th to chat with you all. Maybe we'll do a little year-end wrap-up. And yeah, we will talk. If you celebrate Christmas or any other holiday in the next little while, I wish you joy. Always wish you all joy and happiness and whatever most feeds you. And yeah, you all take care. Bye bye.